NFL Daily coming at you here on Chat Sports. I'm Mitchell Renz, covering a busy NFL week to week, especially when it comes to the injury bug. If you hate injuries, what I want you to do, type H in the comments section. So let's go to the first and the biggest one so far. Saquon Barkley, he is out for the remainder of the game versus the Chicago Bears. He basically got hurt on back-to-back plays. If you were watching the game, he goes down and it looked like a kind of wicked injury for his elbow, comes right back in, and then on the very next play, he goes down with a knee injury. He was laying on the sidelines holding that knee, and I'll tell you what, anytime you see a knee injury, it does scare you. Now, if you're a Giants fan, you also know this. Last season, they ruled out Barkley for a long time with an ankle injury. He came back a lot quicker than a lot of people expected. He is not your typical human being. He is a freak athlete. But we will be keeping you updated here on the Saquon Barkley injury. But bottom line is this, left the game against the Bears. It doesn't look good because he's really, I think, their only bright spot on offense. And if they don't have him, yeah, it's going to get really ugly in New York. So what I want every single person that's doing right now, you're watching this video, you're looking for NFL injury updates. We are going to be keeping you updated on a bunch of the NFL injuries that you see on today's video. Plus, we do the latest NFL news, rumors, and all these 100% free to make sure that you know absolutely everything about the NFL, about injuries, and about your favorite team. Go ahead, click that big red button that says subscribe, and turn on your notifications every single time we drop a video. Let's go to the defensive side of the football here. Nick Bosa carted off the field and a very unfortunate injury. Just a bunch of big bodies landing on him. You couldn't quite see what exactly happened. He attempted to get up, but unfortunately for him and unfortunately for the 49ers, he was just unsuccessful in doing so. So he's going to be out the rest of the game against the New York Jets. I think the 49ers are going to be able to take care of business against the Jets because they got basically nobody there on offense or defense. But the fact that Bosa goes down with a knee injury, that's bad news. To just add even more injury news to the 49ers, who were just coming in just banged up already without Richard Sherman, already without Dee Ford. About a few plays after the Nick Bosa injury, Solomon Thomas, he then goes down with an injury. I don't know if there's been a team that's been bit by the injury bug more than San Francisco, who also doesn't have their best offensive weapon, George Kittle. Luckily for them, Jordan Reed, he's already got 2 touchdowns in the first half, but just more injuries for the 49ers. Let's now go to the quarterback position here. Drew Lock, he left with a shoulder injury, and producer Sam, he's a Broncos fan, he's shaking his head, and he should be, because Lock got absolutely drilled by Bud Dupree. Sacked, he was fumbled, and he landed on that right throwing shoulder. Now, into the game is Jeff Driscoll, which I'm just going to warn you Bronco fans right now, that's not exactly what you want to hear, especially because for Drew Lock, this was the quarterback that John Elway was starting to build around. Last season, he went 4-1. I thought he hung pretty well with the Tennessee Titans in their Week 1 game. But you go out, you draft a whole bunch of players to surround Drew Lock. You give him the keys to the car. And now he goes down with an injury. It's not so good news here. So with all these injuries, I know there's going to be a bunch of people who probably never heard of Chat Sports before. And also, what we do here, we are an interactive YouTube channel. So what I want every single person that stumbles across this video to do, go down in the comments section and let me know, let Chat Sports know who your favorite team is. And if there's an injury that you want us to keep you updated on, throw that player's name in the comments section below as well. We would definitely appreciate that. So continue to shout out your favorite team. I would definitely appreciate it. Let's go to another player here, Paris Campbell, and carted off the field for the Indianapolis Colts. Paris Campbell was a very popular pickup this week, at least for fantasy football. But right now, the Indianapolis Colts, they needed a bounce-back game. The fact that he was carted off, it doesn't look too good for him. Obviously, anytime an injury like that happens. Let's now go to the running back position again with Cam Akers. He's battling a rib injury, so he left with a rib after a great Week 1 game where he was by far the best running back for, him and Cam Akers was supposed to be the Week 1 starting running back. Malcolm Brown outplayed him in Week 1, my mistake. So for Akers, a running back coming out of Florida State, they drafted him to be the main player. Now the fact that he's coming off a 14-carry, 39-yard game, this could be him losing his starting job to Malcolm Brown. Let's all go to another position here, wide receiver, Breshad Perriman. And for the New York Jets, this now means the #1 wide receiver for this team is, can you guess it? Chris Hogan, a receiver who they signed off the free agency market right before week 1. Sam Darnold, I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for a lot of Jets fans out there because you're going out, you signed Perriman in the offseason to be that #1 player who had a great year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last season. But now he leaves with an ankle injury, just more injury concerns here for this New York football team. Now, I'll tell you what, it's safe to say that week 2 has been an absolute crap show, and maybe we should have canceled it. But you know what? I'm glad that we didn't. And luckily, I see a lot of people are doing the right things. Let's continue to do the right things. Stay safe. Chatsports.com/stay safe if you want a NFL face mask. So we have them for all 32 teams, okay? All 32 teams, they come in packs of 1. The pack of 2 right now you can actually get for some teams at $13.99. Maybe you want to support America. There's also NFL-branded America face masks as well. If you're looking for your favorite player of your favorite team, guess what? Those masks also available. The way that you stay safe, the way that we can make sure that we can get back into some home stadiums to pack those bad boys is by doing your part. Rep your favorite team. Do the right thing. Go to chatsports.com/stay safe. It's plenty of different styles and options. Another injury that happened right before halftime in the New York Giants game, Sterling Shepard. So he unfortunately limped off, went to the locker room. We don't have an exact update on that injury quite yet, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of more injuries coming in here, and we see some injuries now to Jimmy Garoppolo and Raheem Mostert. So we'll keep you updated on those as well. But Sterling Shepard here, bad news for him, bad news for a lot of this NFL players because NFL Week 2 has been the ultimate WTF. So what I want everyone to do right now, scroll on down in the comments section and type WTF because as I'm making this video right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, he is not going to play in the second half. He's been battling a knee injury. Plus, Raheem Mostert, he is now also out. So the 49ers lose Mostert, they lose Jimmy Garoppolo. You already lost Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas. A ton of injury news here all around the NFL. Every single person, please type WTF because it has just been that type of week around the NFL. Nick Mullins, he's going to be replacing now Jimmy Garoppolo. Saquon Barkley, he's been carted off. I mean, the injuries, they go on and on. If you've made it this far in the video, type WTF. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and we're going to be keeping you updated 365 days out of the year on the latest NFL news, rumors, and a whole bunch of injuries. If you could, drop us a like, and if you have any questions, maybe players that I didn't hit me up on Instagram or on Twitter. My handle is down there below. I am at Mitchell Renz 365. One more time, please type WTF.